Formulating a plan. Preparing a plan is a step by step exercise. Generally speaking, the following four steps will be involved in planning for an enterprise. First is perception of opportunities. Second is establishment of goals. Third is appraisal of planning premises. Fourth is exploring of action paths and selection of a course of action. Perception of opportunities. The first step for you to take while planning is to aware of the opportunities. As you have studied earlier, plans determine a course of action to be adopted today in order to obtain the desired result tomorrow. In order that planning is regarded as effective, it must anticipate the meet and the condition as they develop in future. Forecasting, therefore, is a prerequisite to planning, which, simply stated, means making an intelligent estimate of the condition that will exist during the plan period. For example, a demand forecast which shows the level of demand of a particular product over a period of time is the first step towards production and sales planning in an enterprise. Quite often, existing problems themselves induce managers to search for opportunities. A dealer in fashion goods confronted with the problem of falling sales and profit level will himself be driven to seek new opportunities. Planning required realistic diagnostic of opportunities. Next, establishment of goals. The second step for you is to establish goals which are to be achieved during the specified period. This implies the establishment of goals for a whole enterprise as for also for each of its subunits. Whatever the goals, profit, sales, market shares, it is better if it is measurable, because later you will use these goals to evaluate the performance of the unit or its managers. Various kinds of budgets and cost standards provide a mean of establishing the standards. Appraisal of planning premises. Premises refers to the factor in the environment that affect the achievement of goals. Government policy is one of those factors which can have significant impact, either favorable or unfavorable, or any plan formulated by an enterprise. Take, for example, a recent change in the government policy regarding the conversion of debentures into equity. Until recently, a conversion of debentures into equity was permissible under certain conditions. A large business house which had taken resource to such conversion in the past and be defined past and benefited by it had planned for new project banking upon the conversion of a new series of debentures into equity. Almost an overnight ban on such conversion into equity by the government not only created a crisis situation for that enterprise in respect of the financing of the new project, but it also led to the erosion of confidence of investors in the future plans of the company. As a result, the market prices of equity shares of the company severely declined. You must have guessed that this is the story of Reliance. Planning in any organization rests on several premises, in other words, on assumptions about the expected environment conditions the plan. Obviously, a change in any one or more assumed condition will necessitate an alteration in the plans. Such assumptions relate to factors which may affect the plan either from within the enterprise or from outside. Accordingly, Planning premises may be grouped as external or internal. A brief description of some of the factors that influence the formulation of the plan by an enterprise will follow later. Explore the determined action paths. The final step in the planning function is to explore and evaluate alternative plans of action and determine a specific action plan. Once the goals have been established and the factor or factors affecting the plans taken care of, actual action plan in the form of programs and budgets are formulated. A program shows A. Major steps required to reach an objectives. B. Organizational unit or person responsible for each step. And C. Sequence and timing of each step. A program may be accompanied by the budget, which indicates the financial resources allocated by the organization for the implementation of the plan. Actually, in order to achieve the overall goals of the organization, a number of activities will have to be performed. Each activity is having a separate programs and a separate budget within the overall program and budget. The system under which budget are used for purpose of planning is known as the budgetary planning system. We shall go into some details about the role of budget in a business enterprise. You should, however, remember that budget, in addition to serving as a tool for planning, also serve as a tool for control. This means that the appropriate time your performance will be appraised in relation to the budget which had guided you so far. Budget, therefore, is an instrument of control also.